Good morning. Well, after the night summit, it's quite good to see that this is like this morning. I will have some time from you today because basically what we will speak today about A-to-Be powered by Brisa is about time. When you look at mobility, mobility is full of pain points. Okay? It's something that all of you today had to pass through to reach the Web Summit, right? Urban areas have been increasing significantly over the last 10 years, and currently 55% of the world population live in urban areas. The number of complexity and the level of complexity that we are facing today is really something that we need to address with solutions. If you look at the cost of all of this, and these are just two examples, New York City greater area loses in value around $34 billion a year just because of lack of efficient and seamless mobility. Moreover, and this second example is even more striking, on average, and for those of you that have been in LA, 100 hours per year are lost due to mobility pain points. 100 hours per year, it's almost half of a month's work. Just think about that. Half of a month's work lost just because mobility doesn't work well. A-to-Be, powered by Brisa, is a B2B company that provides mobility solutions, allowing us to address these mobility pain points and to solve it in a better way. We are in this stage today because we have been growing significantly, so more than double revenues in the last couple of years, almost 5 times headcount when we look at the workforce that works for us, but most importantly, the number of transactions. So mobility transactions processed in 1 year of around 15 million, from 7.5 million customers that move from the point A to the point B. Naturally, there are some customers that have different needs of mobility. Our big sister Via Verde, also here with us in the Web Summit, accounts for a lot of these transactions, but also our clients in the greater Chicago area, also very upset with mobility issues, account for most of it. Our offer is combined into 3 main buckets. First, a back office that processes mobility transactions, from the plain vanilla transactions to the mobility as a service, and we're all migrating to there. So we will all have passes, and you all have been listening during the Web Summit, that you will have mobility needs addressed in a different way these days. Even Lisbon today has those solutions in place. Then Atlas, which allows us to move better in terms of safety, and safety is quite an issue in mobility these days, so using cameras, using artificial intelligence to provide that. But the most important thing is that we are still humans. We need to have solutions that connect machines to humans, and Link Beyond allows us to do that. Apps are nice, they work well, but in the end, they have to work in the physical world. And Link Beyond allows us to connect the physical to the non-physical. Either you enter into a car park, or you do a tolling operation, or you ride a scooter throughout the streets of Lisbon. I would like to detain ourselves into what do we see beyond. And our products, our solutions have been set up and continue to evolve into what we call 5 streams of our R&D teams. First of all, beyond vision. Why beyond vision? Because, as you know, cameras and the way image is being processed these days allows us to have much more efficient operations in place for our clients and for the customers of our clients. And currently, there are 2 main issues that we are addressing. First, artificial intelligence, so helping our operators to work better with the tools, and also machine learning, because the human eye catches a lot of things, but cannot catch everything that we can do these days beyond vision. Secondly, beyond things. And why beyond things? Because everything is more and more connected. Vehicles to vehicles, vehicles to infrastructure, something that is not spoken as we would like. A lot of buzz around automated driving and vehicles connecting to vehicles. But vehicles need to drive in the infrastructure, so they need to be well connected to what we have in the field. Beyond code, the low-code platforms that tend to be forgotten in our industry. So it is important that the physical part, the electronics part of our solutions are connected to the apps that you all have in your smartphones. Because in the end, you will still need to move your families, your companies, from a point A to a point B. Regarding data, and for the Europeans that are here, of course, GDPR compliant. The Americans, okay, don't have that much headaches regarding GDPR. Maybe they will. Beyond obvious, why? We allow our customers with our solutions to provide additional revenue streams if data is well collected and well treated. Beyond services, because the information internet that we are used to is transforming, as you all know, into a transactional internet. People pay things differently today, and they will pay even more differently in the future. Blockchain is clearly something that we continue to develop into our solutions, because the network of trust, and during the Web Summit, the blockchain has been quite fancy during these days. We will need to provide blockchain solutions for all of this. In a nutshell, when we mean seamless mobility, when we talk about this in an urban environment, we're talking about fluidity, so everything much more easy for you to process. Again, when you come to the Web Summit this morning, when you have to go to your work, to your families in the evening. Carbon zero, the electrification of cars and things that move, because we're not talking about cars anymore, stuff that moves and takes us from places to other places are being more and more electric. So carbon zero, also because, as you know, we only have one planet. This is business, so we have to compete, of course, for our space, for our cash flow. But in the end, we need to collaborate. And collaborate with established companies, but also with the new kids on the block. We integrate a lot with startups because we learn a lot from those startups in a manner that opens our eyes to understand what could we do better and what solutions they have that can make us grow and also growing their own business model. In the end, productive. Because let's face it, the way we move today is not productive. And our clients need to move in a much more productive way. Either they are on leisure, either they are on a professional basis. The main value proposition that we offer to our clients for them to offer their end users is really time. And the question I leave you to think about is, are there any more valuable resource than time for all of you? I don't think so. Thank you. Have a nice conference.